Hey, what's up, guys? So this is going to be the weekly recap. I'm also going to make it the month of November recap too. So I started the week off with NRXP. Let's see, this should be, yeah. Pried it open. It just failed. It didn't really have much of a. There wasn't really like I could have entered right here, but I missed it. Um, I took the second J line with the really tight stop. It stopped me out, and then I re-entered at the short route when it stuffed. So popped above VWAP, then slammed under. I slammed the bid, covered my first and second target, um, and then like this could have been a good trade, but because I didn't cover into the wash, like this is a good scalp, but I didn't scalp it because I didn't cover into the wash, And then I added to my position. I cut it break even because I still had some shares from up here. After I added here and here, pretty much lowered my average, like way down here. I covered just the money. Had trend line break. I reshorted, and then I covered down here, and I can't remember what I was. I guess I missed my final. Yeah, so my final target was like 10 cents underneath it. Curled back up, and then I cut it all off over here. Then, and that was a pretty solid trade. That was the best trade of the week right there. At least P&L wise. Then I traded CPIX. Um, So I took the shorter view up, really tight stop, um, good risk management. Then I shorted right here, lower high, um, really tight risk. And I took two small cuts. Then I flipped along. Um, I took a long, I got stopped out, it popped back up. I took a long right here. I sold into the pop and then break even. And then I waited for the scene to pop up. I remember my mom was talking to me on the phone. She's like, "Now you told me to be mean to you and tell you to not break the rules. It's past a certain time. Don't trade it." And like, I remember I was just like staring at this thing. I was like, "All right, like I'm not telling you to tell me to not trade at all, but to be smart about it." And so I was like, I think this is gonna blow up, have a blow up of volume, and I'll short the backside. And so that's what I did. I started scaling in, and then I cover a small piece. I shorted full size here, covered, and then once again I started uh, like these are good entries. I'm seeing the price right. I'm just not trading it correctly. I need to cover into the wash, and then that way this piece is off. Yeah, it's going to lower my average, but I have a chance to kind of add padding to my P&L. That popped up here, and I let this one get way too far away from me, and I ended this trade with a small red, but yeah, I traded. I also got into FYBI. This one saved my day. So this thing popped up. I can't remember exactly. Like I want to say this one had like a smaller float. Like I wanted this thing to pop higher. Um, Didn't happen. I shorted J lines, covered. Honestly, there really isn't much to this trade. Like it's pretty simple, straightforward. Like these are the trades I need, like the non-exciting trades, and yeah, and then I get into stupid stuff. So this one is I don't have all of it. I'm gonna get into that a little bit later, but because so I'll kind of like I've been adding in another feature like on TraderView, you can write a journal, and so after every single trade, every day, I have to start journaling things because I'm starting to I'm starting to recognize patterns, which I'll get to here in a little bit, and it's not just the patterns on the charts; it's patterns in my mind that I'm seeing different things that pop up that when I have this thought process, I'm like, I'm out. I'm done. Like I know that this is me starting to go on tilt. Whenever I start thinking like this, I was in max loss always, and that's what happened on this one. Uh, so I don't have the full chart, like I said, but shorted here, small stop, shorted. I added to my position, like because I didn't go in full size here. I went full size here, and I got stopped out. I didn't go full size here, which was a perfect short. And then I got greedy. I wanted to add to my position. I had to cut break even. I was just like, oh my gosh. And then I started scaling in again. I wanted this thing to pop up here and have another fake breakout. I was like, oh, how great will this be? Like, I'll go full size this time. I didn't get full size. And then there's a trend break, and I add a little bit of size, and it didn't happen. It says that it was a great trade. I was in about around half size, but I wanted more. I started adding too much size, and I started to lose my profits. Once I completely lost my profits, my unrealized profits, then I started to short weakness trying to get that unrealized profit back because I wasn't okay with like this trade right here. I think I covered like down here, and even with the small size, like it was about my average day. But because I wanted a monster trade, and I wasn't okay with uh, the small win, and well, I ended up having a max loss on this day. I went from having a pretty decent day to giving back the unrealized, and actually even with the profit that I had realized, like that was an okay day. Then the unrealized, I had twice as much. So like I had a pretty solid day, and I got greedy, and it kicked my ass. And I gave all the unrealized back, and I was just like, dude, what am I doing? And then I started fighting it, and then I just started shorting the whole front side of this move. I believe it squeezed. I don't know if it cleared high day. I can't remember. I'll have to go back here in a little bit when we do the other chart. But yeah, it was stupid. And then I pretty much revenge traded the rest of the week and traded stuff that I shouldn't have been trading. Um, this trade, it's not bad. It's J lines, tight stop, tight stop, tight stop. Oh, I remember this one now. And then the subpar, like, so these are all full size, right? Then I get in on this one, and it's not full size, and it covers down here. And like, so one of the things I started thinking about is if this hits my next target, I'm gonna make X amount of money. The second I think that, it's over. Like I need to like cover or like instantly hit my break even hotkey because that's when I do stupid stuff like this and I hold it because I'm not thinking about how much money I'm going to give back. I'm thinking about how much money I'm going to make if it hits my target. But every time I start doing that, it well, not every time because the reason I got that bad habit is because that was how that would work, and it would pop up a little bit, and I'd be like, oh, it's fine, it's going to go all the way down. And then it does go all the way down. But I was forming bad habits. Like, it's all about risk management. And I let this go way too far. You can't really see the range, but, like, I mean, it, yeah, it hurt. and then I shorted here. I added the short, and then I covered a small piece, and I covered break even. I was like, dude, you're trading at high IO, and it's just trading sideways. Like there's no range. You're not going to make any money back. You're literally just depleting your energy and being a idiot. And so I stopped the trade. Then I traded a low float stock and just got eaten up. So this I have no problem with this trade. This is a J line rejection, which is fine. Tight stop. The second entry is not a good entry at all. Um, and the third entry is not a good entry either because certain parameters that you look for it to be like a true A plus setup, it didn't meet those requirements. It still worked, but I shouldn't have taken these last two. And then over here, once it reclaimed VWAP, I was like, I want this thing to curl and pop up and have a fake breakout of high a day. I'll short it. And so that's what I thought I was going to do. It didn't work. And I let it get a little bit too far away from me. I was willing to risk a little bit too much. And I got cut. And so I was also in CYAD. And this one, like a lot of people did really well on this and killed it. But I was not in the right mental state and I didn't do well with it. I took J lines, got stopped out, then took pre-market high stuff, and I had no problem with this. It popped up. Uh, I shorted the stuff, popped above. I cut it off. Then this popped up, stuffed, cut, break even. That started scaling in. Covered. I shorted here. This time I did cover into the wash. This is just a scalp. It's not like like A grade setup or anything like that. It's just a scalp. But then I started going front side. I wanted this thing to fade all the way down. I didn't want it to curl back up. I wasn't protecting my profits. Shorted stuff of VWAP, I believe. Cut, short again, covered, short, and then cut it off. And I was just like, all right, you're going on tilt. Like you're not having a good week. You need to chill out and reset your mind a little bit. So how I should have been trading it is because these are starting to get a little bit long. So I apologize for those of you that are actually watching these things. I'm trying to slow them down a little bit. 5 days, so NRXP. Actually, I'm just gonna go to the ones like when I started going on tilt because that'll make it a little bit quicker. And plus, like I mean, that's the ones you're really gonna learn from. The good trades. Anybody can take a good trade. It's recognizing how you're taking the bad trades that matter, right? So yeah, so this thing squeezed way the hell up here. Like I'm pretty sure I got stopped out like somewhere in here. I can't remember exactly how it went, but I how I should have traded it was pop and fell at pre-market high. I cover when it starts making lower highs just above my target, which is what I did, which is completely fine. I reshorted stuff by VWAP, cover. Once it came up and hit break even, I should have been done. Left it alone. You made your day and walk away. Let's see. CFVI. What the heck? The second. So this thing popped up. Stuffed 14. It's like I don't know. I really should have been trading this up here. Like if I was gonna retrade this again what I would probably do is, I don't know. Honestly, I shouldn't trade this at all. Like, to be completely honest, like, I mean, like, I can see places where you could trade it, but they're not right for me. BFRI, I shouldn't trade it at all because it's microflow. It's under 10 million. I broke my rule. Had to go run. It sucked. Um, Second. So right here. Yeah, I mean, like, it's just chop. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Like, it's a waste of time and money. Um, so this one, I remember this. This was crazy. So this didn't actually even go through on Bookmap or anything. Like, I think the high was like 530. So it kept on topping out. I have no idea what that long wick's from, but I feel like the only A grade setup, to be completely honest, is like I should have stayed away from all of this, just taking this giant trend line break, take a short right here, cover, cover, start forming lower highs, buy my final target, cover. That's it. Nice, simple, easy. So I I didn't do, how did I do in November? I know I lost money, but I kind of let's see. Yeah. So I I'm just allowing too much risk. So I did have like a stint where like I was doing really well. I talked about it last week. I was watching a webinar, Fuchs's webinar, and it's all about risk management. And it's so much easier to talk about using proper risk management. But when you go on tilt, it's just it doesn't do well. Like I said, I got new hardwood floors for my house, and so I'm paying that with trading, and so I wanted to get my account back up over X amount of money or whatever, and I'm trading the money instead of like the setups, the the RRR. Like I'm not trading correctly. And I was talking to this one guy, and well, Kyle in the room, and he was telling me that he thinks I'm doing a lot of the same mistakes that he did at the very beginning. And you're always trying to beat your high score, and I am. I'm trying to get back to where I'm making over $1,000 days, and like consistent though. And he's like, the crazy thing is that I've been making more money trading half size and just trading correctly than I did with trading huge size. The only thing he did was drain himself mentally, and that's exactly what I feel like I'm doing. Like I got down here, I got into my house, and I started sizing up quite a bit, and the stress that comes with that is kind of it's funny how it's the same trade. It doesn't matter. Like you're just pushing a button, but like it's like the second boom, like it's like stress hits you. And so I started doing stupid stuff. I didn't have risk management, and it cost me. But at the same time, the thing that I have on myself from even just a year ago is I'm not worried about it at all. Like I know for a fact I can make that back and a lot more if I'm disciplined. If I trade well, if I trade the setups and I use my head instead of, trading for money. Just like looking at the charts, like most of these that I just showed you, like I looked at the chart and I'm like, what was I doing, man? Like this is an ugly chart. Like this is not anything I should have been trading at all. Like really, honestly, none of these really are. I can't remember what was up with ABUS, but for some reason it was. I felt like it was something that I shouldn't have been trading. But I mean, even if you look at this, like I love extensions. I'm good at extensions. This thing topped out at 650. Volume divergence, short. Right here, it's 640, risking 650, and this thing just fades. It's like the problem that I'm having with extensions isn't like I see the extensions. It goes back to the conversation I had with Kyle. It's like I know, like it's like I hit max loss like right before it fell. So I remember talking to him because like I'm pretty sure I was like right up here. I was shorting like these tops, but like I was using way too much size. And when you're shorting extensions, like you need to have a little bit of wiggle room because like you know it can pop. I mean, look at this thing. This thing popped 20 cents. That wick was 20 cents. Like I mean, it's you just got to be quick. You got to see things, and it's all about timing and risk management. And I was using way too much size. I went back and read a lot of the stuff that Jay had sent me, and I know for a fact I was using full size going off the front side of this. Like there's certain parameters, like if you're mentoring, like Jay can, talk to you about all this kind of stuff, but I'm not going to give away like everything that I learned from mentoring. But you know, you don't go full size up here. Like, that's just retarded. Like you go full size on A plus setups, like stuff that like you're sure like your go to stuff. Like this is nobody's go-to stuff, like this is some sketchy stuff, like especially for like newer traders, like you need to keep it simple and not making it too complicated. So it's things I need to work on. I just need to relax and get back to training the way I can. So anyways, those of you that made it all the way to the very end, thanks for watching. I did actually have a couple guys reach out to me, and I got a couple more accountability buddies, and we're sending each other charts. We're talking it out, and he said one of the things that he likes is that he sees a lot of himself in my videos, and he's not as outspoken as me. He doesn't want to like everybody to know all of his stuff, but you know, I guess he feels comfortable being able to talk to me because I don't really care. I mean, I'll tell anybody how retarded this week's trading was. But at the same time, like it kind of goes back to I didn't trade retarded. I did, but like I'm still relatively new. I need to not be so hard on myself. Like and start thinking about why did I get like this? How can I help myself not get like this? And little things like that. I actually know that I took I don't think I even had it on here, but took a trade yesterday. Oh yeah, so CYAD. I did take this trade, and I didn't end max loss. I stopped myself because oh, is it CYAD? Yeah. So I stopped myself because I could feel myself going on tilt. I was down, but I was nowhere near max loss. And I remember I shorted right here, and I was thinking about my final target. I was like, man, I'm going to end up making money on the day if this hits my final target. I don't know if it actually did hit the final target anyways. One second. So this will be kind of like a thing. So yeah, I mean it did end up hitting the final target, but like or close to the final target, but it's once I recognized that thought, I was like, oh no no no, and I cut it off. Boom, I'm done. And I was proud of myself because like me doing these videos is allowing me to learn more about myself. I go back and watch them and diving into the psychology. Like I know the I know the stuff that I traded this week. I should have been trading. Like it's not rocket science. You know, there wasn't a lot of really good trades. I had good trades during the beginning of the week, but towards the end of the week there wasn't really any good trades, and I was forcing trades. So if I would have just stopped, I would have done really well. In the first 3 days, I was killing it, but I wanted more. I wanted more. I wanted more, and I need to just chill the hell out and relax. So, anyways, sorry for the few extra minutes. Hope you guys have a good day. Later.